there's really no other way to open the video other than saying crypto is so bullish right now. This is Bitcoin on the daily chart. I'm going to dig into the daily chart on BTC, talk about what's next for Bitcoin price, targets, all that good stuff. But Bitcoin really is the roadmap for all of crypto. So this is a Bitcoin video. We're going to discuss a lot in regards to Bitcoin. But in terms of the cycles of crypto, this next parabolic bull run that we're preparing for, this applies to altcoins. So hit the subscribe, hit the like, let's jump into it. We're going to start zoomed out on the charts. I want to first, though, begin with this because this is really playing into this cycle. This is something that's never happened before in Bitcoin, in crypto cycles. Bitcoin ETFs bought nearly 2x new supply last week. So Bitcoin purchased by ETFs last week, 11,233. New Bitcoin produced by miners, 6,159. There is a supply and demand problem right now. And when it comes to, if you're interested in price, if you're interested in the increased value of something, is if you just go and revisit the very simple dynamics of supply, demand, you really get hints of what is going to happen next. I just saw this post as well. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF now holds 130,231 Bitcoin, up 3,281 from Thursday. Their total holdings are now worth $6.65 billion. BlackRock now holds 0.62% of the total supply of Bitcoin. 900 Bitcoin are issued per day. In April, this will drop to 450. On Friday, BlackRock clients bought, look at this, 3.5 times the new issued supply. The supply shock that we've talked about over the years, it is happening just at such an obvious level right now. And this is all happening while Bitcoin, if you look at cycles and cycles past, is testing this yellow area. I call it the bull market doors. It's a Fibonacci retracement indicator. Bitcoin has just visited. We're within it right now. All of this supply shock story is happening while Bitcoin testing those bull market doors. I just want to start before we really dig into the technical analysis on the shorter term. This is what blows my mind. And it's also kind of, I think, where some caution for me comes into play, just because this is the way my mind works, and this is all this is. This is my perspective on these crypto markets. But I charted this chart back in, it was an idea on TradingView I posted back in December 18th, 2018. You can see Bitcoin, trading in the $3,500 to $4,000 level when I posted this chart. I just want to point out, notice just the speculation of cycles consistently repeating for Bitcoin. You have Bitcoin going into the halving of 2020, bull market, parabolic gains, and then retracing back down to a very critical area. It's a retracement area from a Fibonacci perspective, that yellow line, and then going into 2024, again entering into the Bitcoin halving, a bull market. That's what it looked like speculatively. $3,500 to $4,000. And then look at the chart. So this is where some caution comes into play. This is when I charted this back here. Bitcoin has almost done exactly what I charted and speculated, even right now, at this moment on this chart. The caution comes into play because this move that's currently happening right now, and I'm so bullish, and I want to see what we're seeing play out, which is an early bull market. I want to see it happen. But this move that we're seeing right here has historically happened post-halving, right? So for instance, last cycle, the move that we're seeing now is comparative to this move back here in November 2020. And then just post-halving every cycle, this is when the move has happened. Here's 2013 move all the way back here on the chart, post-halving. That's where the caution comes into play for me as we do start digging into the charts and just looking what is happening right now. So this is Bitcoin on the monthly. I wanted to point out, I referenced it in yesterday's video, kind of where Bitcoin is on the RSI in terms of the monthly. Just look at it. Last November 2020, when it truly broke through the Bitcoin bull market doors, this lower high Fibonacci, you can just see actually Bitcoin on this chart on the monthly, Bitcoin's even lower on the RSI than it was then. It was overbought in the RSI on the monthly. So much room for upside, so much room for parabolic explosiveness, right? But right now, Bitcoin's not even overbought on the monthly, on this monthly chart, and we're testing these bull market doors. But let's try and get a sense. I'm going to dig into the daily chart and just discuss on the shorter term what I'm anticipating, what I'm watching, breakout potential for all-time highs, a new pattern that is very clearly on the chart. But on the weekly, just to give another just perspective on these charts, what I truly would want to see to really, disregard that caution that I have. And the caution is very simply like, maybe we just don't break through this retracement area, the bull market doors. And by the way, bull market high, bear market low, that's what the doors are. It's a Fibonacci retracement. It's a lower high resistance. Maybe we don't break through because it is earlier this cycle around. But again, the supply shock factor is playing into the possibility. Number one, this is why it's happening earlier than Bitcoin halving. And number two, it's just going to happen. Bitcoin's going to go higher. There's always caution because of historical data that it just doesn't break the doors and Bitcoin consolidates into halving as it has done cycles past, and we don't break the doors until after halving. Just want to throw that out there. But zooming in on the charts, let's talk about this. This is Bitcoin on the daily chart. First, let me note this rising wedge. It's on the daily, so I mean this is going back to this upper trend line, really going back to like the summer of 2023. So it's quite a large wedge, but you can just see higher highs and higher lows. A lot of people, this freaks a lot of people out when we start getting these setups and these patterns, higher highs and higher lows, rising wedges. A lot of people just think it means we're falling. We're going to fall to a downward target. Here's one coming out of the bear market. It's a bear market exit structure. There's another rising wedge, right? Breakout target of that is around $70,000, basically testing all-time highs. I say this often on this YouTube channel. Bitcoin in bullish environments, these are the structures that it puts in. Higher highs, higher lows. It very often equals rising wedges, and Bitcoin just keeps breaking out of those things and just keeps going parabolic and just keeps going up. So it's normal for bullish environments for Bitcoin to do this. It's not a concern. Could Bitcoin just plummet and fall to a target of $38,000 or so, or wherever the target is? It could. But at the same time, when I see rising wedges in bull environments, as we approach a halving with supply shock factor, it doesn't concern me. It actually makes complete sense to me. But now talking about the price move, and actually Bitcoin, as I do the video, I think it just broke $53,000 as I'm doing the video. This is a daily chart. First thing I just want to mention, we have that rising wedge I just discussed. You can see it on the chart here. Breakout target for that, let me move this, we're looking at $80,000+. So we have a new target in play, $80,000+. On the very short term, you can see Bitcoin on the daily approaching the upper trend line. I'll be watching this today. I'll be watching the current daily candle move. This is around $54,000, just above $54,000. There could be resistance here, and Bitcoin might not be ready for this massive breakout. And it could just consolidate, right? Maybe it consolidates, pulls more into the 20-day around 50,500. The 50 days all the way down here around 45,800. And Bitcoin could truly just continue testing these areas. Notice the bull market doors, this crucial area for Bitcoin, the lower end of the bull market doors. It's a crucial support area that we want to see Bitcoin just see support above if Bitcoin is to fall. But this upper trend line, Bitcoin gets the breakout. Then we have this new thing in play. That is to say, this area here, the top of the bull market doors around $57,500 or so. And then this upper trend line, we have this big resistance triangle area for Bitcoin. I will be watching very closely to see how Bitcoin interacts with this entire region. We're talking about 54,000, just about 54,000 to, let's just call it 57,000. $54,000 to $57,000 is a very massive resistance level for Bitcoin. I'm also watching a Lux Algo indicator. It is on the price action concepts indicator. And actually, check it out. Before I did this video, I did not see this, but you can see this break of structure indicator I think it just triggered for Bitcoin on the daily chart. And I wanted to talk about it because break of structure is price breaking a prior swing high during an uptrend. So it's a bullish break of structure, thus forming a new higher high. And this is what literally just occurred right now. It just triggered. But I want to point something out. If we just go back and we look at the last time Bitcoin put in a break of structure right here, Bitcoin making a really nice power move, people probably getting very hyped, similar to how we're feeling right now, this daily candle. What happened? It tested. It fell. It tested the 20, the 50, and you can see that happening. So be careful here. We're at this upper trend line right now in Bitcoin. We have a break of structure. Maybe we could go a little higher today, maybe even a little higher next daily candle, and then boom, we could fall to the 20, in between the 20 and 50. And notice that range once again. We have the bottom of the bull market doors around just above 48,000 and the 20-day moving average around 50,400 or so. So be careful for a Bitcoin dip. If there's going to be resistance in this upper trend line area, a Bitcoin dip of 5 to 10%. It's in play in the shorter term. But if we get this breakout, everybody, Bitcoin is so close to breaking through the bull market doors. We're talking about 8% away from me doing a video that takes me a full cycle to do. It was November 2020. I did the video Bitcoin breaking the bull market doors. We're 8% away from me doing that video again. And that is incredible to me. But this is what I'm watching on the short term, everybody, in terms of Bitcoin, but the crypto space in general, insanely bullish right now. And I think it's just getting started. Bitcoin halving just over here on this Bitcoin chart. The supply demand dynamics here that are taking place is like something we've never seen before. There's just not enough Bitcoin. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, turn notifications on. I really appreciate all of you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.